Rick, for the break, you kind of talked about, shooting for a bigger target or just kind of hitting the net. Do you feel like the team is embracing that, or do you feel like they're still trying to make that perfect shot?
It was a little bit better. I just think, we had a couple of guys, like, you're down the pipe, you got to shoot the puck. There's no reason to pass. And that's why I have a tough time with confidence. Like, I'd rather just rip the shot, but rip it and hit the net. We have people going to the net. That's how you get back. That's how you get out of slumps. It's, from my experience and even my career, you're not going to get a pretty goal to get out of a slump. It's usually off your skate. It's a 3-foot shot, rebound goal, but you got to get there. And you got to be willing to have the courage to shoot those pucks, but you got to move your feet. Like I said, everybody wants all these fancy offensive system. I just came from Four Nations. Connor McDavid just attacks and he shoots the puck. There's no tic-tac-toes. It's the same thing with us. We got to deliver pucks to the net. You got to be willing to get there, and you got to be willing to rip pucks and have all those details to do that.
And with the Four Nations, just based off the coaching staff and the players that you were around, was there any kind of lessons that you learned that you can take back to this team, whether that is how to communicate stuff differently or just different systems?
Those are great players on that team. That's what I learned. they're hell of players. Yeah, open the gate. No, listen. The attack to me, you just see the attack of listen. These guys are world class players. McDinner and Carmen, they turn on a dime. It's hard to teach turning on a dime. Like, those guys attack. But saying that, interior play, whether you're a star or not, is the way to go.
Rick, you're back home for a week now. How good does it feel maybe just to have some time to reset here and play in front of the fans again?
Yeah, it's good to get the 3 days. We'll get some work done. Need a lot of work to get. I think it's some confidence. We got to get some confidence in some certain guys. But confidence is a thing. Like we were talking about today, I told the players, confidence is a 24-hour thing for me. You can get your confidence with a good practice or a good game. You can't think long term with confidence. And I think the way I look at it, we're in the race, and you just got to use every day to get better, mentally and physically. Yeah, he tweaked something else, and it was more of a kind of cautionary. So, kind of a maintenance day, but we'll see how he is tomorrow and go from there. We have a day off tomorrow, and then we'll see if he gets in next Tuesday.
Do you believe that he supposedly had?
That wasn't it. No.
So it wasn't that. It's something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any update on Demko?
Demko just started skating a few days ago, so I think he's on the ice. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 times just to skate. So I think they'll ramp it up. So I don't know exactly when, but at least he's skating. Just started skating.
Rick, when you first came in to this team, you talked a lot about taking bites out of an elephant, and you can't eat the whole elephant at once.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a mindset that you'd like this team to get back to and start thinking about one moment at a time instead of maybe the overwhelming bigness of a game?
Well, you just look what's in front of you. You can't worry about what's in the past, what you've dealt with, what's going on. I think you just look from moment to moment. Right now, we're in a race. I don't even know the standings. I think we're 1 point in the playoff spot, and you just can only think about Wednesday night. You think of, and the practices we'll have on. Obviously we had a good practice day. We have a day off, but the Tuesday's practice. From my experience, you cannot look at the overall picture. You start reading stuff. Everybody stinks, everybody's bad. You start reading that. You can't think of that way. You just got to know how do you get your game better as an individual, and then keep it in the confines of the team concept. That's really what it comes down to. And like I said, you can get confidence back with a good game Wednesday. You really can.
Is there a timeline on Quinn? Is it day to day or told anything?
If you've asked me now, it'd be day to day, but I don't know, to be honest with you.
A lot of people evaluate a team being hard to play against. Usually it's a physical component, Rick, but there's so many things that go into being hard to play against, whether it's your defensive posture, whether it's the way you move the puck, the way you forecheck. How do you look at it? I mean, you have guys who will drag your team into the game, like Dak had a great game. We know how Kiefer plays, but what about the rest of your team? How could they be harder to play against?
Well, you just look at the games. We're going deep into a game, tied or up a goal. So is that a positive? Yeah, but we're not getting. Hockey's about moments. We had, we had 21 chances. I'm not a big analytic guy. We had 21 chances today. I think 13. We had a couple of 2-on-1s. We had somebody I think with Hoggy had an empty net, hits a guy's skate. Those are moments in the game. We're not getting those moments. Bottom line. So playing hard against, yeah, you want a team that always plays hard against. Can we have another level of playing harder against? Yeah. Can we close on people a little bit quicker and stuff plays? Yeah. So there's a lot of that stuff. But
How much are you anticipating what Dak's been able to do to gather his game? We're now seeing a lot of what we saw last year.
I thought he played really well last night. So now he's got to string some of those games together, and we got to get some other guys to do the same thing.
Rick, when you talk about moments, like a shorthanded goal to go up 3-2 felt like it probably should have been one of those moments last night. Is that sort of disappointing that you weren't able to harness that and use that as momentum?
Well, yeah, of course. Anytime that something good happens, you want that momentum. But you lose a draw, but you still got to make sure you we call it stunt your man or stay with your man. You leave your man. They get like these little moments that they had 3 tip pucks last game. Whether it's bad luck, whatever, we still gave it to them. So, yeah, moments in a game. There's sometimes when you're going out there. We've had 2 good shifts. You just know that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make sure that I'm against a top player. I cannot lose the puck. I cannot turn that puck over. We got to have that more. That's a winning mentality. I think sometimes the other guys going out there, I'm going to try to score a goal with a high-risk play. All of a sudden they get a 3-on-2 and they score. That stuff has to get cleaned out, and that's a collective. And, obviously it's my job to make sure that gets cleaned out.
Group has struggled to score for a while now. You've got Lekarmaki down in Abbotsford who's continuing to score. Like, has there been internal discussion about?
Yeah, we've talked about it. Sure, 100%. Scoring. I know you guys. Everyone wants to score, but there's a lot of elements to score. It's just scoring. You have to have a grit to your. You have to have a great shot. The team doesn't just sit back. Oh, hey, this guy's a great shot. Let's watch him shoot it. You got to get in position to shoot. You got to get to the net to shoot. You got to attack the interior. You got to apply all the elements to score. So. Lettermaki's a guy that we're really trying to teach down there. Yeah, he's got a great shot, but he also has to get in the inside. He's got to be able to play that style of play. So when he comes up here, I think this will be his 3rd time. If he comes up, and there's a good chance he will, hopefully he applies that inside game, which he can do. He's got a hell of a pair of mitts on him.
And what about Mancini? Has only played once, and therefore hasn't played much anywhere in the last 10 days or so. Like, are you mindful of that with a young guy that? Is it a good experience for him to be up here still practicing and all of that, or do you want to get him some games somewhere?
Well, we got him in that one game. A little unfair. We got some veteran guys that we thought that going in against Seattle to calm things down, but he's definitely a future. Yeah, you don't want a guy to sit over 2-3 weeks. He's when he went down there, he played heavy minutes, and I think that helped him.
When it comes to manufacturing more offense, how much of it do you think is maybe getting your forecheck to win pucks back quicker and maybe hem them in for more consistent shifts? Because I was talking to Jake, and one thing he noted was you guys created more chances last night, and he noted that you guys were shift after shift, and then created scenarios where they got tired, could only flip it out, and then you guys are able to attack in waves.
Well, it's hard to do every night. Yeah, I thought our forecheck was good, but you have to do it consistently. The first guy has to eliminate the body. The second guy's got to get a loose puck. The third guy's got to be in the. There's certain processions to that you have to do every night, and we need a lot more guys to participate that every time. It's hard to do, so I think Jake's right. But the forecheck has to be on Wednesday and whenever we play again, every night. It's hard to do. So, but the forecheck is something that I liked last game for sure.
I'm not going to answer that question just because I don't need, all of a sudden on social media being like, oh yeah, I got to make this happen. Like, I don't need that.
You told me when you go to a bar, go do push-ups in the bathroom. You told me that, then you come out, you're all pumped up.
Well, second time, can you please? I know. I see. Oh, scores.
What is your favorite hockey team?
Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes is your favorite hockey team? Win this game, not lose the game.
Thanks for taking the time to come and sit down and chat with me today.
Generational talent. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.